Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and I have to say 2013 was a really great year for films overall. I already did my top 10 horror films of 2013, so this will be my top 10 films of every other genre. I think it was a very good year for films. There was just tons of them that I really liked this year, and let's get right down to it. I'll show you the ones that I have. And if not, I won't show you because some of these I do not have. Number 10, this is an independent film that I got in earlier this year. I really enjoyed this one a lot. It's from Colombia. It's a foreign film, La Surga. It's about a girl who she escapes from her war-ridden village. She goes to live with her uncle, and just strange things happen with her uncle. It's just, this is a quiet film, a very quiet film that shows a lot of awesome cinematography. The cinematography in this is just outstanding. But I really love this film from Film Movement. That's number 10. Number 9 is a film I actually just finished watching today, and that is Prisoners. Very good abduction film. Just love the hell out of it. It's a long film. It's 2.5 hours long, but Jake Gyllenhaal is really great in this. But Hugh Jackman just steals the show. I think this might be probably the best performance I've ever seen him in. He's just fantastic as a father looking for his abducted daughter and just going to extreme lengths to try to find her. Very great film. Number 8, Man of Steel. I do have this film, but I only have it on Vudu. Man of Steel is a film that I really liked it, but I didn't love it so much. I just think they made it a little bit too serious for Superman. But that's really the only thing I really had a problem with. But then again, when I watched it a second time, I did like it a lot more. It's still a good, really good film, very emotionally powerful superhero film. And I'm interested in seeing what they do with the sequel. Number 7 is a film that I liked much more than I expected to, as well as some other ones, and that is Oz the Great and Powerful. I just really, really like this a lot. I think Sam Raimi made a very awesome film. Of course, it's nowhere, nothing near as good as Wizard of Oz, but I think it's worthy to be in that realm, in that universe. Just a great film. I love, just everything about it. I think everything really worked in this film, and it was really enjoyable to me. Number 6 is one that's not out on Blu-ray yet, and that is Thor: The Dark World. Love the hell out of this film. I was a big fan of the first one, but this one I think is even better. I enjoyed it, man. I just think that it was a very fun film. I like how, it didn't take place so much on Earth. And it just worked better that way, I think. Yeah, it was a great film to me. Number 5, this film is fun as hell. This one definitely gets my vote for funnest film of the year, and it is The World's End. Man, just awesome ending to the Cornetto trilogy. The films with Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost. I just really, really love this one, guys. It's so much fun. I just cracked up and had so much, just a blast with this in the theater. I highly recommend it. It's sci-fi comedy. It's a good drinking movie without a doubt. They're doing a pub crawl in it. Just a lot of fun with that one, guys. Number 4 is a tie. Yes, I have a tie for number 4 because I like these films pretty much equally, and I just think it would work to have them as a tie. So number 4 is Pacific Rim and Elysium, both. Just, man, 2 awesome sci-fi films that I had an absolute blast with both of them in the theater. This one's definitely the funner film. This has probably the best CGI I've ever seen yet in it. Just amazing. I mean, just so awesome in IMAX and in 3D. Elysium, a lot of social commentary in it. A lot of really cool, sci-fi gadgets and just crazy stuff in it. And I like the whole look of Elysium, how, it looks like you could fall out of the thing, but yet everybody's in there and nothing's falling out the way it rotates and everything. I love it. And I'm not the biggest Matt Damon fan, but I think he did really good in this as the lead. And, Neil Blomkamp nailed it again in my book. I just love the hell out of both these films. Those are tied for number 4. Number 3 is one that I do not have yet, but I'm definitely going to pick up, and it is The Iceman, starring Michael Shannon. The Iceman is a true story about Richard Kuklinski, who was a hitman. I did a review for this film with Crazy, and I just, man, this film is the best, probably the best characters I've seen out of anything this year. Michael Shannon gets my vote for best performance of anybody this year. I mean, how this guy will not get nominated for an Oscar for this film is just beyond me, but I guarantee it's not going to happen. But this film is just phenomenally awesome. If you like true crime films, mob type films, serial killer films, definitely check this out. It is so damn good. Number 2 for me, this is one that a lot of people hated on, but I've always championed this film, and I always will, and I just love the hell out of it, and it is Oblivion. People say it's derivative of this, derivative of that, it takes from this, takes from that. But really, man, any of those films you mentioned that it supposedly takes from, those films, you can find something that those came from too. Maybe it might be a little bit more obvious with this, but who cares? To me, I loved it. The cinematography and score of this film just really makes it. It's a very bleak film. It's a very gray, darker colors type film. It just fits the story and the atmosphere of it. Tom Cruise, I thought, did pretty damn good in this. I didn't think he was bad at all. And just overall, just a great film, guys. I really, really love this one, and it's definitely one of the best looking Blu-rays this year. One of the best looking Blu-rays you can see, period. And number 1 for me is one that I don't have yet because it's still in the theater, and it is The Hobbit. I just thoroughly love this film. And actually, this is The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. In case you were wondering, because, the Unexpected Journey, it came out last year. This is The Desolation of Smaug. I love the hell out of this film. So much fun. Just a lot of great action adventure in it. And, sure, Peter Jackson deviated away from, the original Tolkien story some. But I don't know, man. To me, the things that he added in there, I think they fit. I think they worked. I think if anybody was going to do this movie and do this story, it was Peter Jackson. And I think he did a great job. And I love this film. I saw it twice in the theater. I saw it in IMAX 3D and I saw it in 2D, and I would go see it again if I had a chance. I just don't have a chance to. But it's got me so pumped up for the third film coming out next year. Very anxious for that, and I'm sure that'll be a top 10 film for me next year as well. So yeah, guys, that's my top 10 list. Like I said, just my list. This isn't, what I think are the greatest films ever, this year. And there's films that I didn't see. I didn't see The Wolf of Wall Street, American Hustle, Gravity, and I know there's a few others, but I just figure, there has to be some cutoff point, or I'm going to end up going clear up to March or April when those are released on Blu-ray before I can do this list, and I don't want to do that. So, this is my top 10 list that I'm satisfied with out of what I've seen. Now, I do have a few here that I want to mention that are honorable mention films. They almost made the top 10, but not quite. Out of the Furnace, Christian Bale, Woody Harrelson film. I reviewed this film. I really liked it a lot. It almost made the top 10, but not quite. Really good, strong characters and writing in that film a lot. Next up is one that a lot of people didn't like. I don't think a lot of people just didn't even give it a chance, and that's Jack the Giant Slayer. I enjoyed this one. It's fun. There's not a lot of memorable stuff in it. There's some really shoddy CGI. But it was still fun to me. I still enjoyed it and liked it. Next up, this one was on quite a few people's top 10 lists that I saw. I didn't like it as much as some others did, but it was still a lot of fun. This Is the End. Really great comedy. I've always been a big Seth Rogen fan. I think that he did really good with this. He wrote, directed, and produced this. Co-produced. Or co-directed with Evan Goldberg. But I loved it. I thought it was a fun film. It's one I want to go back and revisit, and I'm sure I'll like this one even more a second time around. And the last honorable mention is one that I didn't expect to like, but I picked it up Black Friday sale, and I loved it. And that's Bullet to the Head. To me, it's a Stallone film. You know what you're going to get. It's not going to be anything that's going to change the world or start a movement. It's just fun. Popcorn action film, and that's all I expect from Stallone movies, and that's what this delivered. It was a fun movie to me. I really liked this one a lot. So yeah, guys, that is my top 10 films of 2013. And I have to mention real quick, the Blu-ray release of the year for me would have to be the Breaking Bad set. This whole set gets the nod for me. I just don't think there's anything that came out that tops this as far as a Blu-ray release this year. Phenomenal. This thing went out of print as fast as it went on sale, like literally over a week it sold out. Now this thing sells for like a ridiculous amount. I didn't even know it was going to be that bad or that crazy and that limited. But I'm very glad I got it. To me, it's just such an amazing release of a perfect series. There's the exclusive documentary. So yeah, Blu-ray release of the year for me is this box set. I wanted to throw that in here real quick. But guys, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really looking forward to 2014. There's some great films coming up. The one I'm looking forward to the most has to be Interstellar. I just really anxious for that film and to see what Nolan comes up with next. So yeah, guys, that's it. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a good one, guys. Later.